What's happening, everyone? John Hendrix here for Boot Crew Media, coming at you with another episode presented by Royal Honda of New Orleans. Well, look, guys, Drew Brees kind of set the world on fire yesterday a little bit with one of his tweets, right? Just kind of taking a little bit, maybe offense to what was said at NBC on his departure and such, or kind of those things getting leaked out. But, again, to the effect that he could return to football, right? And there's other things he talking about, pickleball, being in a broadcast booth. Who knows what he'll do, or a business venture. There's no telling. But look, obviously, I think it's left some people thinking, man, could he return to the Saints? And so the long and the short answer, from my perspective, is no, that's not going to happen, right? And the thing is, I believe this is still Jameis Winston's team. This has been Jameis Winston's team for a bit. And, really just kind of look at the breadcrumbs, right? Because the Saints, they were pursuing Deshaun Watson, right? Which led to some tough conversation with Jameis Winston in-house. And so he's learned a lot through that process. Obviously, when you look at his contract, the way it was structured wasn't crazy, right? It still pays him well. It makes him get some incentives to perform well. And ultimately, I think with Jameis Winston, this is his team, right? And again, I think that's the belief. You brought in Andy Dalton. When we talked to Andy Dalton, he said, hey, look, I'm here to support Jameis Winston as much as possible. He's going in as the starter this season. Whether you want to like that or not, it's up to you. But again, this is the thing is, you look at even what Jarvis Landry told us yesterday is that, look, Jameis Winston and Mickey Loomis both were huge reasons why he chose New Orleans, right? And again, having that vision for him. And if you go back and watch the interview with Jarvis, he cracked a huge smile when he was talking about Jameis Winston. And so you got Jameis Winston, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. You got a reloaded backfield. Again, Drew Brees, he's taking a year off. I mean, the Saints had a chance. They approached him when it came to the Dolphins, right? And when they were down with all that COVID stuff. And I mean, it didn't work out then, but look, I think that it's a cool storyline. It would be a cool thing to happen. But again, look at what Jameis Winston's able to do. He's able to push the ball downfield. He was playing extremely well before he got hurt, right? And again, I think the wheels are, I say this loosely, but the training wheels were just coming off for him, right? It's the fact that he was able to do more in the offense, and 5-2 as a starter, should have been 6-1. You shouldn't have lost the game against the Giants, or even the Falcons games and stuff. The way that things worked out with this team last year, but again, and even the Panthers, that was a weird one too, just because that was the only time that I think Jameis made a decision that really wasn't the best one. I think that was one of his worst throws when he got picked off. But there's a lot of belief in Jameis Winston, I'd say, in this room. And, again, they still have to figure out some things offensively, offensive line. Again, it's just pieces, right? You want to know is it going to be James Hurst, or is it Trevor Penning is going to be protecting the blind side? Is Cesar Ruiz going to get pushed by somebody like Calvin Throckmorton? Is Andres Peak going to get pushed somebody like Calvin Throckmorton? Is Doug Marone going to be able to improve those guys to help them have the best protection possible for Winston? Running back situation, right? And Alvin Kamara is going to get his shot, obviously, to be the feature back, and that's definitely not a surprise. But all of a sudden, if he's not available because of the way things play out with his court hearing, which again is August 1st, what happens then, right? Do you turn to Mark Ingram? Do you go to a veteran? Do you try to still look at it? I think there's still some things to be decided. But again, look, it would be a crazy storyline, a feel-good storyline, but let's just not play, right? Drew Brees, is he going to push it 70 yards down the field, or is that going to be Jameis Winston, right? I think Drew's smart. I think he's super talented. I think he's had an amazing career, and obviously he's going to go down as super legend, right? And maybe one day he'll get a statue in front of the Superdome, right? He means so much to so many. And, I was looking even at his Instagram picture. He posted something about, these kids' teams and stuff. And he's got like a brace on it's non-throwing shoulder, or non-throwing arm, obviously. But he had that, just as a FYI for those who were really thinking, hey, could this happen? And a lot can change in a couple months, but I mean, it's full on, like he had something big done, right? And so, and again, it's not his throwing shoulder, so I don't know. But again, even this morning, on Monday morning, that is just him, Dennis Allen talking at the golf classic, the Saints Hall of Fame golf classic. Look, he kind of said, like, I think he was just, and what he said, and he hasn't had any conversations there, right? So I don't think this is something realistic. But again, a lot of people love Drew Brees, and a lot of people want to think that that's going to happen. But I don't think that's the best course for this team. Sure, getting some of these players are huge. I wish they would could have had some of those guys when Drew was around for some of those years. And look, he had some pretty good wide receivers, obviously some great wide receivers under him. But look, bottom line, not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I give it probably 99.99% chance. I don't think Drew Brees will come back. And even if he did, again, I think it's a Jameis Winston's team. You can't just come back and especially after a year and expect to do that. It would be a cool storyline. But again, Saints, Jameis Winston, full speed ahead. They're probably going to add another running back. We'll have to see what happens from these rookie minicamp tryouts. It's got a lot to deal with, Saints related that you're going to have over the next few months. And so, look, as always, keep tuned to Boot Crew Media. I'm John Hendrix. Thanks, guys. Again, presented by Royal Honda. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More action coming, more stuff coming. Thanks.